What is going on, guys? It's your boy JC Nerdy Treasures coming at you. Today we are doing OSI. I am going to be joined shortly by my good friend Dres Geek Depot. I know Robert couldn't make it today. He is hurting. His throat's hurting. So we send some prayers to Robert. Make sure you get better, sir. Come back and join us as soon as you can. I am so happy to be talking some wrestling today. So while I wait on Dre's Geek Depot, I wanted to say tomorrow I will be doing our fantasy football talk, and Wednesday, we will be doing Are We Entertained, as we debuted last week, but this week it will be on Lindsay B's channel, so go check out Lindsay B if you're not. I will put her link in the description down below. But if you haven't checked out OSI before, today we are just going to be talking wrestling, and wrestling is something I am very passionate about. I've been a wrestling fan since I was yay tall, and I think that it's probably one of my favorite things that I've been passionate about since I was a little kid. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge football fan. I love the Raiders, but wrestling, WWE, WCW, AWA, NWA, all that type of stuff, I was more of a fan of that than I was anything else. So, that being said, while I wait for Dre's Geek Depot, uh, wherever he may be. I sent him the invite, so I'm hoping he comes soon. If you guys, I see there's somebody in the chat. If you want to say hello, I can say hello back. But it's probably got a really big delay on it too. So if I don't say hello right back, don't feel bad about it. Making sure you could hear me okay and everything. Let me go ahead and see if Dre's ready. He says 1 second. So, while we wait on Dre, I want to go ahead and say some of my favorite wrestlers from back in the day. I was always a Hart Foundation fan. I love the Hart Foundation. Bret Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Davey Boy Smith, Owen Hart, and even Brian Pillman. And it's cool to watch these kids of the wrestlers from that generation grow up. Like Brian Pillman's son, Brian Pillman Jr., is actually a wrestler in, I want to say it's AEW now. That he's a wrestler in. He's crazy looking, just like his dad, and he's awesome. Then you got the rest of the Hart Foundation. I know Brett doesn't have any kids in wrestling right now, but you got Davey Boy Smith, which is Davey or Bearish Bulldog's son, and he is in a unknown wrestling corporation right now, and I don't know why he's there. He should go to AEW. Then you got Tyson Kidd, who is married to Jim the Anvil Neidhart's daughter, Natalia, who is also a wrestler. I love watching all these kids grow up, and I know he was one of the last ones trained in the Stu Hart's dungeon, so that was kind of cool. So I am not seeing anything pop up, so I'm going to go ahead and see if anybody's in the chat. I'm probably having some problems with my chat right now. Oh, there we go. What's going on, Ian Wrestling King and Grumpy Skunk? How are you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Waiting on Dre to get in here. I do not have a lot of time tonight. I'm not going to be able to stay on an hour like usual, but we're going to be doing some wrestling talk anyway. So, waiting on Dre. Come on, man. You're killing me. Anyway, So let's go ahead and talk some about what happened this week. AEW, I watched part of the pay-per-view. The Moxley versus Jericho, or Moxley versus Kenny Omega match was like extremely brutal. I know that no kid should have watched that match. That was a whoa match. What is up, Smitty Rock? We are waiting on the rest of the boys. Robert is off today because he has a sore throat. Get well, Robert. And Dre is MIA. Yeah, so that match was like extremely brutal. I mean, there was barbed wire. There was, oh man, it's just crazy. On AEW TV, I enjoyed one of my, maybe later, Ian, buddy, but one of my favorite matches on AEW TV Dynamite was probably the Pac versus Trent. As you guys know, Trent Beretta became Trent. What's up, Papa Lucha? How you doing, bro? So Trent Beretta versus Pac was an awesome match. Yes, it was a sick match, bro. There was some messed up stuff in that match, and I think John Moxley's messed up in the head, and so does Omega, and they work perfectly together on that hardcore match or unsanctioned match. So that was a crazy match. I'm excited for that. For the outcome of that one, that I pray both of them are getting better. And oh man, it was just bad. Other words, MJF. That was a horrible. That was a horrible low blow that MJF did, where he threw in the towel, making sure that Cody Rhodes would never get another title match in AEW. Well, not another title match, but another AEW championship match in AEW history, because that was just a bad turn. I don't know if I agree with that one. What else happened? I mean, what it was some of your standout points this week. I know that Raw and SmackDown have been invaded, and I'm loving the invasion. And then they took the invasion all the way to NXT. I'm excited to see what happens tonight. And NXT, there was a little bit of a glimpse of something that was awesome in NJPW, where at NXT, the OC came out and Finn Balor was doing the Bullet Club while they were doing the Too Sweet. So that was awesome. So we might see something come up later on about that, which would be amazing. I hope so. But Dre, where you at, bro? I know you keep saying 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. It's been a minute. So, any matches that stood out to you guys this week? Let's see if I can pull up the chat. My chat's acting weird out here, so. I did not want to delay tonight. I know that I wanted to make sure we started on time. I'm trying this new thing where I need to be more consistent, and to do that, I got to be there at, if I say 6:30, I'm going to be there at 6:30. And there's Dre right there, late as usual.
Hey, sorry, I was on the phone with my aunt. You can't hear me?
You can hear you, but your voice is delayed.
Oh,
there you go.
That should work better.
Yeah, you're good. Mama Lucha, what's up, my sister? So, we were just talking about why I love wrestling. I mean, I grew up on wrestling. The Hart Foundation was probably one of my favorite things back in the day. And it was cool to see. I was telling them it's cool to see the Hart Foundation's kids grow up, you know, like Davey Boy Smith, Natalia. Tyson Kidd wasn't their kid, but he was the last one trained in the dungeon. So
very true. Very true.
It's awesome to see them growing into the wrestlers they are, that they're able to train people. And I really want, yeah, you want to see that one?
I saw that. Nice. Very nice.
But I really want to see Davey Hart come into AEW. So,
I mean, it depends because they said that they burned bridges with New Japan, and with him,
he's not in New Japan no more.
Oh, he's not. Where's he at? He's on the Indies.
He's, I think, what we call it, not Impact. Where did he go? He went. It was something like Titan or something like that.
Oh, okay. So he's really independent. Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's smart business for him. I mean, if AEW could grab him up, I mean, right now would be the time. I mean, Ring of Honor is doing real well. I mean, just like I said, going to that show, I have a whole newfound love for AEW.
Currently working with Major League Wrestling.
Major League Wrestling, interesting.
Huh. So Major League Wrestling is an independent scene, and it is, I believe, out of North Carolina.
Oh, wow. So he's actually local to me.
I think so.
I definitely look around and see. I have a lot of friends that are into the scene down here that actually train with some of the wrestlers, so I'll ask around.
You were at an indie wrestling seeing Sami Callihan. That's kind of cool. I like Sami Callihan. He's a little bit twisted in the head.
Well, I mean, Impact, he's their champion. This is what I do.
Impact, though. So we ain't going to comment on Impact because they don't belong on this show.
Exactly. Impact doesn't exist.
Not on this show. Well, hold on. I can't say that. There's some wrestlers on Impact that I wish would be given different pass. Like, I wish Moose was on another show. I like Moose.
He was in Ring of Honor. He did really well. Then he just left. He didn't get a title push.
There's some other wrestlers on Impact that I wish, like Crimson. I think Crimson's a freaking awesome wrestler. And Matt Morgan
with NWA Power.
Is he with Power now?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Morgan's another one.
He's Brock Light.
I don't know. I think he's his own. He's a good wrestler.
He is. I mean, he's a great wrestler, and he's a talented young man. Just
the attitude is Brock. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like when he's got a chip on his shoulder. Like, I could see Brian Cage having a similar attitude.
Hello, my queen. How are you doing tonight, Lindsay B? Yeah, so Impact is still a thing. Grumpy is a surprise to me too.
Yeah, I know. Like they were the TNA Impact. Then it was TNA Wrestling, then Impact, TNA Impact, then TNA Impact Wrestling, then the Owl, then Impact Wrestling.
Let's see. What was that one that they had? It was Global, didn't they?
GFW.
Yeah.
Global Wrestling, which was
pretty much what Jared did was he took all these wrestlers from WWE that didn't want to be there no more, or that got fired, or couldn't really make it, hack it, to be honest. And he took all of these wrestlers and he destroyed their careers.
Well, but he actually helped Cody and he helped Ricochet.
Well, yeah, but like, I love Justin Gabriel, and what they did for Justin Gabriel's career was travesty.
Well, he also hurt himself, got into drug addiction. Justin Gabriel had a potential to be a great cruiserweight, and then he got into where he upped his weight class. And I was like, man, you did base jumping, you broke your ankle, and you have 18 pins. When he was going after Aldis for the NWA World Title, 10 pounds of gold, I was like, man, this story's real good. Then he flaked on that, and I was like,
I don't care for him either. I don't care for Aldis either.
Oh, I like Aldis. I think Aldis is amazing. I think Aldis, is
what was that tag team in TNA? The Wolves. I didn't care for
them. The Wolves was that was Eddie Edwards and it was Eddie Edwards and the other guy with the short blonde hair.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean,
he was Magnus in TNA.
Yeah,
he was Brutus Magnus, and he was tag teaming with current boyfriend of Camille, who is Brock Lesnar's ex-girlfriend. Oh God, what's his name? Bram.
Yeah, who was actually Riker in WWE NXT.
No, not Gunner. Bram was the British guy that wears the kilt in NWA Power now. Bram he dated Charlotte. He was actually married to Charlotte Flair many years ago in NXT. Bram then left and went to Impact, became Bram, and then tagged up with Magnus. Magnus and he then went their separate ways when Magnus and Joe started having their title feud. And
Pop said he was on Lucha Underground, which I think was correct.
Yeah, he also was in Lucha. Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that honestly, I think TNA is a place where superstars go to die. But you could also rebuild your career there. Like, my point of view on TNA is whenever you got in trouble with dad or mom or dad, you went to the other one and was like, I didn't do it. They don't know what they're talking about. And you made them a little bit more confused, but you got off a little bit easier. That's what TNA was. It was the other parent saying, "Oh, look, come here. I'll give you a love, and I'll show you because I'm the favorite one."
Well, that was Jeff Hardy. I mean, if you look at it, Ken Anderson, Jeff Hardy, all had drug addiction. Go to Impact, become the heavyweight champion. Hogan then started writing. Russo started
working for Ken Anderson, though.
No, Anderson then did the smart thing and retired. Like, he just said, "Screw it. This is not for me." Jeff Hardy got further. He ebbed and flowed currently, like he is now, where he's on probation in rehab again for like the 5th time in like 7 years, and it's because he gets into a car accident in Wilmington.
All right, so let's talk about AEW this week. So,
I was there.
Huh?
I was there, so I can talk about it.
I was telling everybody my match from AEW this week was definitely Pac versus Trent Beretta.
That match was amazing. But see, being at the show, I had something better because I was making fun of Justin Roberts. Homeboy was sitting tweeting during every match, and he would never look up until like it would happen, like something would happen like right next to him. He'd be like this, like, and back to tweeting. And then like a light fixture when the Dark Order came out. If you watch the video, you'll see the Dark Order comes down the ring on the ramp, and then they knock the light off. There was a security guard at the bottom of that ramp that the light almost knocked them out. So from our vantage point, we're watching everybody come down. We're like, "Oh God, he's gonna die!" And then the lamp broke. So I would say, all that aside, the best match of the evening would. I don't know if I'd necessarily give it to Pac and Beretta because I think they did a fantastic job. I don't even think it was a match that did it for me. I think it was Cody's promo.
Yes.
Cody cutting that promo was the most heartfelt thing in the arena that everybody felt.
I mean, that was the best. I think that was the best match. Now, Cody's promo is probably one of the best promos I've seen in the past 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pipe bomb. I'd compare it to the pipe bomb CM Punk.
That's what I mean. It's been a while since we've seen CM Punk or anybody like that. So Cody's, yeah. If you guys didn't see that, yeah, pinche minions. So if you guys did not see Cody's promo, you guys need to go back and check that out on demand. He's bringing back the curse words.
God, yeah, they cussed up. We called Jericho. Jericho called us a bunch of assholes here in the arena. So we're like, we are assholes. We all hated that. It was PG-13. It was R-rated the entire night.
Yeah, and calling them saying they came from the silver spoon in both their mouths, and I was like, yes. Calling out Jericho's book being on Amazon, which it is on Amazon for $3. So that was awesome.
If I had to pick a match, I would definitely say, if I had to pick a match, Omega and Page versus Jericho and Guevara. I think that match was Hangman went all over the ring.
I'm going to trade off. Hold on. I'm not going to AEW for my match of the week. I'm going to NXT. My match of the week is Shayna Baszler and Dakota Kai. Because that was a freaking awesome match. And afterwards, they all got into it. And I love Rhea Ripley getting into it with, what's her name?
Oh, wait, Bianca Belair?
Not Bianca Belair, the short blonde one that's always traveling with.
Candice LeRae?
The one's traveling with, no. The short blonde one that's always traveling with Shayna.
Oh, there's Marina Safir, who's the wife of Jessamina Duke.
Yes, Duke. So when she came out, Rhea Ripley came out, she got into it with Duke, and that was like awesome right there. So I was loving that. And then Mia Kim came out, or I think that's her name. And
Mia Yim.
Yeah,
I see.
So the list.
Yeah, it was a good. I'll give that match being good, but like I said, I'm biased. AEW was fantastic for how well they put out the show.
And to answer your question from earlier, Papa, I believe that will happen.
Which is what? What's his question?
Seth turns his back on Raw at Survivor Series and goes heel again.
Oh, they've already said that that's like kind of the way they're going with it. Like
I think Seth's going NXT again.
I don't see him going NXT. I see if he does the jump, it'll be some sort of like invasion angle like they did with ECW. Because if you didn't look at it now, the Cruiserweight title for 205 Live is now the NXT Cruiserweight title.
Yep.
Right now, NXT officially now has 5 titles, not UK, just regular gold NXT. They have the North American, Women's, Cruiserweight, Tag, World Heavyweight Championship. NXT UK, Tag, and Women's and World. And then you look at everybody else. So in my mind, NXT and NXT UK being the two that they are, we're going to end up seeing something happen with the titles there. Like either they're going to merge, like they'll keep the NXT UK, but I think like they should have the tag belts travel, or they're going to introduce the trios because you are seeing more trios show up.
I think you could see the trios tag or the trios title, but I don't think it's going to be on NXT.
Oh, I think it would have to start with NXT.
I think it might be a European NXT UK, but I don't think it'll be NXT.
Well, I think if you look at it right now, if you look at who's currently jumping, like running around jumping there, you have Undisputed Era. When Xavier Woods gets back next year, because he's out officially for 9 months, New Day, the OC. If you put the Usos when they get back with Roman, you have.
I don't think they'd be with Roman.
Why would I team up with Roman? I don't know, because they're his cousins.
They wouldn't team up with Roman.
Yeah, they would.
No.
Why wouldn't you? Give me one reason why you wouldn't.
Because they're trying to push Roman as an independent. They will not make him team up with his cousins anymore. They will not give him the benefit.
They would. Think about it. You have to build up a brand. The Usos are great champions. You put them with
that, but you have. So is The Rock. The Rock is like The Rock, but putting Roman with The Rock buried him for such a long time.
Oh, it was a shovel. Yeah, he had the shovel OD. That was worse than Cena.
Just like putting him with the Usos for those tag team matches, like throughout his career, buried him every single time he was with the Usos because it was his cousins giving him the bump. They will not do that with Roman no more.
All right, so let me ask you this. Who do you think, and this can go out to you as well as the chat, who do you think is going to be the babyface on Raw then if Rollins goes? Who else is going to be there? You have no other talent right now that, unless Owens would be maybe the only one.
Braun? Oh, no, Braun's on SmackDown, ain't he?
Braun's on SmackDown. AJ's a heel with the OC.
Yeah, I don't think AJ is going to stay on SmackDown either, or Raw either. I think he'll go.
But that means you take the OC with them.
He has to if he takes the OC with him. If the Finn Balor thing plays out, did you watch that?
Yes, the Bullet Club.
Yes, the Bullet Club.
And they even called him the Prince is Returning, which is a play on Prince Devitt, his original Bullet Club name.
Which is his name, but yeah.
So
Finn Balor's real name is something big.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Owens is now going to be the top babyface? Because Rollins, that's what's going to happen.
I don't know. I mean,
or Ray. And Ray's old. Let's be real. Ray and I are about the same age. Ray's in way better shape than me, but Ray is the same age as me, and I don't see him holding a world strap, doing the 300 some odd days on the road. KO. I mean, he could carry the show. He did on SmackDown. Let's be real. When Roman was out, Owen stepped up.
Yeah.
And now he's on Raw. Without Sami Zayn, Rusev is not going to carry it with this cuckold BS line that they're doing.
Yeah. Aleister Black would be a good baby face.
But I can't see him being a world champ. Not yet. Ricochet, maybe. Ricochet.
Orton can be a good baby face when he wants to be.
Yeah, but he's top heel right now. He's top heel.
And then they got some new kids coming out, like Humberto Carrillo.
That's to get your Latino viewers.
Huh?
That's to get your Latino viewers. I'm sorry. They lost them all on Raw. And why do you think you have Humberto Carrillo, Rey Mysterio,
Andrade?
They're all on Raw. I could see Andrade if you gave him a push.
They're not going to make him a babyface.
You could.
They won't make him a babyface.
Why not?
Who are they going to put him with to make him a babyface?
Charlotte. She's on Raw too. That's his girl.
She's a heel too.
No, she's not. She's going babyface now. With what's her face? As the Raw this past week. The two of them were together last week, I should say. So I'm just saying.
Rusev right now. Rusev is probably Rusev and Seth Rollins are probably their biggest baby faces.
And Owens when he put Owens on.
And Owens and Aleister. So
sorry, I can't answer my phone.
But yeah, I mean, I think Aleister Black, I see material if that. Who? Papa, you saying Aleister's IC material just that? No.
No, Aleister could be world champion. He's been world champion in the other companies he wrestled for. The thing is, it's I mean, you can look
Ricochet.
Ricochet, like he's been Prince Puma and he ran Lucha Underground.
I could see, but I agree with that. It's like I don't see him as a world champion up against the likes of Drew McIntyre.
What if you okay, let's go for the completely random one. What if you did something like Drew McIntyre turns face?
That wouldn't be good.
He did it in NXT.
I know, but it wasn't good.
It was good. He was the champ.
It was the good when he was the champ because he turned heel.
No, he got injured. Then he turned heel.
It is the perfect spot to bring back John Morrison.
See, that's another thing, too. You could bring John Morrison, and he would be feuding. And he has to have a contract right now. So does Scarlett Bordeaux, who's the girlfriend of Crimson.
Yeah, I mean, and then you got some people in the waiting. Like, I think that EC3 could be a good champion, but they won't give him the shot.
Send him back to NXT.
Huh?
They send him back to NXT. That's what they should do.
I think he would be a good Raw champion if they gave him a shot. If they gave him a good storyline.
But how good do you make it for him, though?
I see him as a, let's see, like a Miz type, where he's a good one-timer world champion, and then he's a bunch of,
like Jinder Mahal,
huh?
like Jinder Mahal was.
I wouldn't even put him on. Jinder Mahal is kind of crappy to me.
Of course he is. He's terrible. Can't wrestle. Can't talk on the mic.
I think that if you put EC3 as a Miz type, where you win one world championship and a bunch of Intercontinental and United States title, he could make a career on that.
So what you'd put him, you could, but you don't want to build him. See, the thing is, you have to be building him now. You'd have to be building him up where he's not like running in the backstage with the Truth. You need to have him having matches against guys like Ricochet, like Aleister Black, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, or the RKO. You know, you got to be hitting all these big names, and then
let me say this. Hold on, Papa Lucha put CM Punk in there. I cannot stand when people keep talking about him. He's not coming back. And if he comes back, it's gonna be way, way, way down the line. It's not going to be anytime soon.
You hear what he said? In a recent interview with ESPN, they interviewed him on a show. He stated that WWE would have to give him a very large check. Now, there has been rumors that WWE has offered him a backstage position to work in the back. Triple H has reached out to him. They've offered him a very blank check. He's got a new kid. His wife doesn't wrestle. He's wrestling in the UFC. I mean, to me,
he's got a bunch of endorsements.
Oh, of course, and he works for Marvel. He draws comic books. He's a draw, believe you me. He wrestles once a year in a mask on the indie circuit.
That's all he needs. I mean, he doesn't really need to do anything.
Exactly. He really doesn't. He has residual checks from Marvel. He has residual merch checks coming through Pro Wrestling Tees.
But here's the thing is every time we go into Chicago, whether it be NXT, AEW, WWE, the question always comes, when's CM Punk coming? Is CM Punk coming out of this? I hate those talks. He's not coming back, people. Leave it alone.
Well, I mean, think about it this way. Everybody wants the story, the dream. Nobody said Shawn and Brett would make up.
I agree.
WWE has been proof that anything can happen and does.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all I'm going to say. We can say it all we want, but dude wants a paycheck. Goldberg came back.
So, Papa, I get that Pac and Mox was one of the better matches of the month, I guess you would say that. But WWE is starting to make a little bit of a comeback with the whole invasion again, because the whole NXT invasion on Raw is a lot like when I'm not going to say when Nexus did it, because it was a little played out with Nexus, but it's more like the WCW invasion. They're kicking down the door.
Well, NXT UK also did it too, which I thought was awesome that they got involved in this as well.
I agree. I mean, I think that if NXT it keeps doing what they're doing, they'll have a good rating, just as like AEW. But AEW is still beating the ratings on NXT and SmackDown.
And they're only episode 7.
Raw's got them violated. I know they're only on
episode 7, and these guys are killing it.
I'm not hyping NXT or AEW, but I'm hyping AEW.
You all know, whatever JC says, as I love him like a brother. JC knows whatever usually he's gonna like. I'm gonna just say I like this other one a lot better. AEW I've been to NXT, I've been to WWE, I've been to New Japan, I've been to ROH, I've been to AEW, and let me tell you, AEW gave me the same level of excitement as Ring of Honor has. that NXT has given me. And like there's nothing else better than that.
Papa
And
RED is in the land where people go to, or wrestlers go to end their careers. He is in.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Narnia.
Yes, Ryback has a better chance on being Booze and Pops than going to WWE again. Yes, that's true.
God, they couldn't. They wouldn't let him come in because of the drug testing.
Well, not only that, but he's burnt so many bridges in that company. Like, especially with his talk show. He trashes them on a daily on his podcast. On a daily. Like, that's his opening is to trash WWE. Do you think they want that back? No.
Well,
Sandman
Jesus Christ. Oh, I can actually see the comments now. I just clicked the thing. Spike Dudley, Papa Lucha, man, you going old school, bro.
Skip Sheffield.
Skip Sheffield.
Rest in peace, Skip Sheffield.
Oh wait, let me just say one thing. I was watching before. This show is like my opportunity to kind of become like a journalist. So I watched Full Gear. I watched NXT, Raw, SmackDown, and then I decided to watch Unauthorized by Ring of Honor. Flip Gordon's new gimmick. Love it.
I agree.
Love him being a heel.
Did you watch
heel is awesome.
Did you watch Switchblade versus Tanahashi this last week?
Which one?
This last week.
No, I did not watch it yet. That's the one. I heard it's good.
That was an amazing match. So, Stephen Dres.
Switchblade's the man, dude.
That's awesome, Robert. Stephen Dre Smith. There you go. Colt Cabana was awesome. I don't care what anybody says. I love Colt Cabana.
He's amazing. He is the Bobby the Brain Heenan of the modern era.
For your next topic, give some love to the best ref. Earl Hebner is the best ref of all time. Oh,
hell no. Aubrey, the girl in AEW, she's hot and she's a great referee. Hell with that Jim Hebner shit. Aubrey's hot. See her she dances. Homegirl was dancing.
Who was
when I saw her?
Hold on. Who was the best special guest referee of all time? They called it right down the middle. That should have been a referee. My answer, probably Heath Slater.
Yeah.
He was a referee.
Kids. He got kids, folks.
He's got kids. Little match.
He got kids.
Joey Ryan, man, that dude needs to be on something.
Like, Teddy Long.
Oh, yeah.
If you're going to talk about referees, Teddy Long.
Joey Ryan needs to be on one of those shows.
Charles Robinson. Little Nate. Yeah, Little Nate. I mean.
All right, well, we got about like 2 more minutes. So let me go ahead and ask you, what was your match of the week? What was your superstar of the week?
Let's see. Match of the week. I'm gonna say Cody Jericho, Full Gear. Actually, no. Pac, Hangman, Full Gear. That was great. As the wrestler for the week, I'm gonna give it to the big KO. It's hard because between KO and Moxley, Moxley did a fantastic job in their match. I think Kenny Omega did an amazing job. Not used to seeing him go to that level of CZW crazy or ECW, but yeah, definitely Kenny Omega for the superstar and Pac versus Hangman from Full Gear.
Yeah. So I am a fan of violence, so my match of the week is tied. As violent as Mox versus Kenny Omega was, I have to say that's one of my favorite matches of a while. But I'm also going to say I'm going to go to a WWE side of it and say Damian. I'm trying to remember the dude's name from NXT. He's like this crazy vampire looking dude. Huh?
I mean, the guy, the Priest versus
Priest. Yes. Versus what is his name? Damn it. Give me just a second. It is Damian Priest versus Pete Dunne. And they were just in violent, low blows, breaking of the knuckles, Pete Dunne fashion. I love that match. And plus, Killian Dane came in at the end and destroyed everybody. So that was my match of the week. Superstar of the week, I've got to give it probably to Cody. As much as he got shit on by MJF and Chris Jericho, I think that I think Cody had the best promo of probably the last 6-7 years. So it's got to be Cody.
And the face plant on the ramp.
And the what? Yeah, and the face plant on the ramp when he dove out. Yeah, that was horrible.
Legit busted his face.
We will do at the end of the year. I'm gonna get with you, but at the end of the year, we will do our favorite. We'll have like a little award show and say our favorites of the year. So I'm gonna have a couple of people on with me that time. It'll probably be Dres as well. It'll probably be Robert, and hopefully I can get Papa on here. And
we need Papa in Houston.
Papa in Houston would be cool if they ever answer me back. So
I think he got a new baby. You got a little baby.
Yeah, I know. So thank you guys for watching. I have got to get out of here and go back to work. If you can't hear, they're already working out there. So I will talk to you guys later. I appreciate you dropping in. I know it's short time, but that's what I got this week. So if you guys enjoyed this, hit the like and subscribe button down below. I also have Dre's Geek Depot linked down in the description down below. Go check him out. Robert Breaks the YouTube, which is another co-host who's crybabying it out tonight, is also down in the link down below. Go check him out. By the way, Robert, thank you for your shout out on your vote for Forever Freaky Funko. Thank you for that. That was awesome. Also, if you guys haven't checked out Lindsay B, I will be on her channel Wednesday. We are doing our brand new series, Are We Not Entertained, where we switch people's channels. So last week it was on my channel. This week it'll be on Lindsay B's, and I believe we're going to Gwen Lady Days next week. So check that out. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out in my video section down here. It's Are We Entertained? And as always, go ahead and hit them with your stay geeky, Dre.
As always, folks, stay geeky, bros and chicas.
All right, and as I gotta say it, I appreciate everybody coming in and being very grateful for all of you guys jumping in the chat. Thank you for staying with us till the end. As always, happy hunting because it's worth it. Peace out. And wait for a minute while we end the broadcast.